Good morning, my dear students. My name is Twayna. I am your science teacher. Currently, I am available at the Hamlet Tuition Center, Brahmatul, Kathmandu, and the Kumedini Kunja Secondary School, Kalimati, Kathmandu. My dear students of grade 9, this is your science class, and in your science class, we have been discussing about classification of plants and animals. And starting from today, we will be discussing about mosquito and its adversaries. Means the life cycle of mosquito, diseases caused by mosquito, and how can we prevent the diseases caused by mosquitoes. We are going to discuss about these things. First, let me introduce you about mosquito. Well, I guess I don't need to introduce you about mosquitoes because you all are very much familiar with a mosquito. Yes, mosquito is a nuisance to all of us. Well, they buzz up in our ear that disturbs us in our sleep. They bite us to suck up blood, and their biting is painful and sometimes burning as well. It is very irritating and it causes itching also. So if you keep on itching for a long time, then it might even cause ulcers, isn't it? Or there might be some infections in your wounds as well. Okay, there are many problems, many irritations with mosquito bite. So nobody wants to get mosquito bite, and we do a lot of things to save ourselves from mosquito bite, isn't it? We do a lot of things to prevent mosquito bites. Okay. Now, mosquito is considered a harmful insect, and it belongs to phylum Arthropoda and class Insecta. Well, phylum Arthropoda means it has jointed appendages, and class Insecta means it has 3 pairs of jointed legs. It has 3 pairs of jointed legs, 2 pairs of wings, and its body can be divided into head, thorax, and abdomen. Okay, abdomen stores food, and reproductive organs are present in abdomen, whereas other vital organs are present in thorax. And head contains feeding parts and sensory organs. Okay, like look at its head. The head contains compound eyes. Compound eyes detect light. Okay, compound eyes detect light. And then they have antenna. Antenna usually receives many signals, like it can receive temperature and smell as well. Okay, because of this smell, mosquitoes prefer to bite infants, children first, and then after they prefer to bite pregnant women, and then they prefer to bite general women, and only then their last preference is males, men. Their last preference is men. Okay, good news for gents students. Okay, anyway, look at their further structure. They have a proboscis. Proboscis is just like a needle. Okay, proboscis is a structure which looks like a needle. Yes, and this proboscis, it is a part of its tongue. Proboscis. Okay, so this proboscis, it pierces into your skin. The proboscis pierces into your skin, and it has leaf-like structures. Okay, it has leaf-like structures, and these are called what is it called? Wait, I forgot the name. Labia. Yes, leaf-like structure which is called labia. Then after piercing the skin, the labia will lay down on top of the proboscis, and that will make it look like a tube. That will form a tube, and through that tube it will suck up blood. And to prevent the blood from clotting, it also releases saliva. That saliva has anti-clotting agent, and it is because of that saliva we feel itching. Okay, we get itching because of that saliva. Okay, so that is all about its head. So important parts of its head are compound eye, antenna, proboscis and labia. Compound eye, antenna, proboscis and labia. Okay. Thorax is divided into several segments. Okay, and from these segments 3 pairs of jointed appendages appear. Okay, and from the same thorax 2 pairs of wings also appear. I guess mosquitoes have only 1 pair of wings. Yes, mosquitoes have only 1 pair of wings. Other insects have 2 pairs of wings, but mosquitoes have only 1 pair of wings. Thorax also contains other vital organs. Okay, and then abdomen, they have long segmented abdomen. Before the shock of blood, their abdomen is very slender, very thin, but as the shock of the blood, the abdomen inflates just like a balloon. Yes, and they store the food in their abdomen. Any confusion? Okay, now let us discuss about the habitat. Where do you find mosquitoes the most? Mosquitoes mostly live in shady places, the places where there is not enough light. They like shady places and bushes. Bushes means charpat. They like shady places and bushes, and they feed on sap of plant. Do you know what is sap of plant? Well, sap is the liquid substance that flows through the stem. It is like blood to the plant. Okay, sap is the liquid substance that flows through the stem, and sap contains many nutrients, especially starch, which is prepared by the plants during photosynthesis process. Okay, so they are vegetarian. Yes, don't be shocked. Mosquitoes are vegetarian. No, they are not carnivores, they are vegetarian. But the problem is the female mosquitoes. See, the female mosquitoes, they need some kind of protein present in our blood. They need some kind of protein present in our blood to develop egg. Okay, they need that blood for development of egg. That's why female mosquitoes bite and suck up blood from vertebrates. Only female mosquitoes suck up blood of vertebrates for egg development. So male mosquitoes, they are innocent. They do not bite us. Male mosquitoes, they do not bite us. Okay, and then they are nocturnal. Nocturnal means they roam around during night. During daytime they stay in dark places, they don't come out. But nowadays new varieties of mosquitoes are introduced in Kathmandu Valley. Aedes mosquitoes, okay, which cause dengue, and these mosquitoes, they are diurnal. That means they come out even in daytime. They can come out even in daytime. A big problem. Yes, okay, and then they are usually present in hot climate such as Tarai and lower hilly region. In past, Kathmandu Valley was not infested so much by mosquitoes, but recently due to global warming and climate change, temperature of Kathmandu Valley became suitable to widespread breeding of mosquitoes. Okay, now Kathmandu Valley is infested by mosquitoes a lot. That was not the case in the past. Okay, now let us see through external feature of mosquito. I have already described all these features, just you need to take notes. Okay, take note. Yes, don't forget to take note while taking class. Without taking note, it happens like you learn today, you forget tomorrow. Okay, the body of mosquito is divided into head, thorax and abdomen. Head, thorax, abdomen. The head contains a pair of compound eyes and a pair of antennae. The mouth has piercing and sucking type of mouth parts. Piercing, it has needle-like organ called proboscis, and sucking, it has labia. That labia covers up the proboscis to form a tube. Okay, this proboscis, it has U-shaped opening, or it has half opening. Yes. Okay, the mouth part has a sharp needle-like part called proboscis and lip-like parts called labia. The proboscis pierces the plant stem and lip covers the proboscis, forming a tube-like organ. It is then used to shock sap of plant. Originally it was used to shock up sap of plant, to pierce the plant stem and shock up sap of plant. But the same structure is used by female mosquito to shock up blood from mammals. Females occasionally need to shock up blood of mammals for development of eggs. Okay, mosquitoes are generally, okay, they are innocent, let me say that. Okay, the thorax contains 3 pairs of jointed legs and 2 pairs of wings. Okay, I guess mosquitoes have only 1 pair, yes? Let me make correction here. Okay, 1 pair of wings. The thorax contains vital organs such as heart, and the abdomen has 9 segments. It stores eggs in female. It also stores food. Okay, any confusion up to here? I hope it is clear to you. Okay, now next let us go to types of mosquitoes which are common in Nepal. In Nepal, there are 2 types of mosquitoes very common: Anopheles mosquito and Culex mosquito. Nowadays, Aedes species of mosquitoes are also more common. Remember, Anopheles mosquito transmits malaria. Culex mosquito transmits filaria. Filaria means hatipaile. And Aedes mosquito transmits dengue and yellow fever. Okay, so in past, Anopheles mosquito and Culex mosquito were more common. Nowadays, Aedes mosquitoes are also widespread. Now, let us compare Anopheles and Culex mosquito. This is Anopheles mosquito and this is Culex mosquito. And you see the distinguishing feature between them. Anopheles mosquito makes an angle to the ground while sitting. It makes an angle to the ground. It remains slanted. Okay, it remains slanted. But Culex mosquito, it remains parallel to the ground. It is almost parallel to the ground when sitting. The Culex mosquito is almost parallel to the ground when sitting. Okay, and you see Anopheles mosquitoes, their wings, they have black spots, but Culex mosquito, their wings are plain. And it is so that Anopheles mosquito, they cannot fly very long distance, whereas Culex mosquito, they can fly comparatively longer distances. Okay, and look at the differences between their egg. The egg of Culex mosquito lays single egg. The Culex mosquito, sorry, not single egg. The Culex mosquito lays up to 100 eggs, and the eggs remain single, solitary. Okay, eggs of Anopheles mosquito remains solitary. I made a mistake just now, yes? Okay, eggs of Anopheles mosquito, they remains solitary, and they have air pouches on both sides. You can see, because of these air pouches, they float on water. Okay, whereas Culex mosquito, they lay up to 300 to 400 eggs, and these eggs, they are attached to each other. They are combined. They are connected to each other so that it forms a raft. Raft means small boat. Because of raft-like shape, it easily floats on water. Okay, these are the basic differences between eggs of Anopheles mosquito and Culex mosquito. Next, look at the larva of Anopheles mosquito. The larva of Anopheles mosquito remains parallel to the water surface. It remains parallel to the water surface. This is the part with which it is attached to the water surface, okay, and this is the mouth. And larvae of Anopheles mosquito, they are surface feeder. That means they feed on microorganisms present on the upper part of water. They feed on microorganisms present on upper part of water, so they remain parallel to the water surface. Whereas larva of Culex mosquito, look, with the help of this trumpet they are attached to surface of water, okay, but their body is facing downward because they are bottom feeder. They feed on the microorganisms present at the bottom of pond. Yes, you heard it right, bottom of pond, because mosquitoes, they lay their eggs in water, not on land. They lay their eggs in water, okay. And this larva of Anopheles mosquito, they feed on microorganisms which grow on surface of water, and Culex mosquito larva, they feed on microorganisms which grow in the bottom of the pond, bottom of water. Got it? These are the basic differences, and you can pretty easily tell that on the surface of water mostly algae grows because of light, isn't it? Mostly algae grows, so their major food consists of algae, whereas their major food consists of protozoans. Major food of Anopheles mosquito larva consists of algae, and major food of Culex mosquito larva consists of protozoans, okay. Now the pupa stage, look at the pupa stage. Pupa stage is also very different. Yes, pupa of Anopheles mosquito is almost transparent, okay, and pupa of Culex mosquito is less transparent. Pupa of Anopheles mosquito, they are greenish in color due to their overfeeding on algae, but pupa of Culex mosquito, they are brownish in color, okay. And in pupa stage, they don't feed anything. In pupa stage, they don't feed anything, but they are different from pupa of other insects in a way that other insects do not move at all in pupa stage, but mosquito pupa, they can swim. If disturbed, they can swim. They do swim to the bottom of water, okay, and when the disturbance is gone, they will again come to the surface of water. Understood? Any confusion in the differences between Anopheles mosquito and Culex mosquito? Okay, if no confusion, then take note. Okay, Anopheles mosquito egg. Anopheles mosquito lays eggs in solitary. Each egg has air-filled space for buoyancy. Buoyancy means for floating. It lays about 40 to 100 eggs at a time. Whereas Culex mosquito lays eggs in cluster. Cluster means in group. The eggs are glued to each other and form boat-like structure. It lays about 200 to 400 eggs at a time. And then differences between larva. Larva of Anopheles mosquito lies parallel to surface of water. It is surface feeder. It feeds on algae that grows on the surface. It has very short siphon. Siphon is a special structure by which it is attached to the surface of water, and through the siphon it also breeds, okay, sasferne. Through the siphon it breeds. Yes. Culex mosquito. Larva of Culex mosquito is slanted downward. It is bottom feeder. It feeds on protozoan and other microscopic organisms. It has long siphon. It needs long siphon because it needs to reach as far below as it can. Okay. Now pupa. Pupa of Anopheles mosquito. It is greenish in color. It has larger head and shorter trumpet, and it respires with the help of siphon. And pupa of Culex, it is grayish in color. It has smaller head and longer trumpet. It also respires with the help of siphon. Okay, you can see the differences. Okay, it has larger head, it has smaller head compared to its abdomen. And adult, when resting, body of Anopheles makes an angle to the ground. The body is slender, legs and wings are delicate, so it cannot fly very long distance. Wings are spotted. This I explained to you, yes. And Culex, when resting, body of Culex lies parallel to the ground. The body is well built. Legs and wings are stouter. Stouter means stronger, so it can fly longer distance, and wings are plain. Any confusion up to here? And now I guess you can pretty easily explain the life cycle of mosquito. Yes, in life cycle of mosquito it has 4 stages. First egg, and then larvae, and then pupa, and then adult. Well, eggs, an adult mosquito lays 100 to 400 eggs in a time in stagnant water. Stagnant water means jameko pani. Eggs of Anopheles are solitary, whereas eggs of Culex form boat shape. It remains for 2 to 3 days. Any confusion? We have already explained all these things. Yes, just take the note. Larva, eggs hatch in 2 to 3 days. The larva of mosquito is also called wriggler because it shows wriggling movement in water. Okay, if you find larva, mosquito larva somewhere, then you try to disturb it and look at its movement. It wriggles. Wriggles means it moves in zigzag pattern. Okay, they feed voraciously on microorganisms in water, and they molt 3 to 4 times until they become pupa. Molting, we have this. Okay, molting means changing skin. Okay, they cannot grow until they change skin because their skin is very hard from outside. Okay, and that molting, it occurs 3 to 4 times. Okay, next pupa. When larva has already fed enough, it curls inward and form pupa. It becomes covered by a membrane called puparium to become pupa. The larva releases some saliva-like substances, and it curls down. And it covers its head and thorax with that saliva, and that saliva very soon becomes solid, and that solid structure is called puparium. So puparium protects them, and it does not feed at all. The larva inside undergoes metamorphosis to become adult. Metamorphosis means drastic changes. Okay, the parts which are absent in larva are developed in this process, and some parts which were present in larva stage, they disappear. So metamorphosis is a drastic change from which in which the larva, look at this larva, this type of larva becomes this type of creature. Look, these creatures are totally different, aren't they? There must be a lot of changes going on. Yes, and these changes happen in the stage of pupa. Okay. Pupa, it takes about 2 to 7 days, and pupa of mosquito is different from other insects because pupa of mosquito is motile. It can swim. Motile means it can move. Yes, it can swim with the help of bristles in its abdomen, whereas pupa of other insects are non-motile. Number 4, adult. The adult mosquitoes come out of pupa, and after drying up wings, they fly immediately. The mosquito that has just emerged out of pupa is also called imago. It lives for around 30 days. Okay, any confusion up here? Just write the note and then copy this diagram. Okay, this is diagram of life cycle of Anopheles mosquito, and this is diagram of life cycle of Culex mosquito. You need both. Okay, I suggest you pause the screen or you take the screenshot. Okay, You can do any. Pause the screen, copy this diagram, or take the screenshot and copy this diagram. Okay, that's all for today. We will discuss about the diseases caused by mosquito in our next class. Until then, thank you class.